Hi everyone, welcome to the Sunday session. I'm Fiona Curie from Style Liberation, and this is my fabulous co-host Christy. How are you doing today?
Hi, good, thanks, Fee. Excited to be here.
At Style Liberation, we help women 35 plus to create a wardrobe full of outfits that they absolutely love wearing. And we do that through our one-to-one sessions, our online program, The Style Transformation, and also through our membership, The Super Stylers. We're so excited to be joined this afternoon by 4 of our gorgeous style transformers. So we are kicking off the next round of our online program, The Style Transformation. The doors shut tomorrow evening at 11 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and we actually kick off the program on Wednesday. And what it is an online program which gives you very much 3 quick wins that you can get your hands on straight away. It's the only online program that delivers you your personalized style profile and a complete step-by-step guide to creating a hardworking wardrobe full of outfits that you will love wearing and feel really confident and great in. Now, when we talk about a style profile, one of the things that you are going to get out of that program is your style personality. So you'll be able to define your style personalities, but more importantly, what you'll be able to do is learn how to translate your style personality to items that are in your wardrobe or in the shops if you need more items to fill gaps that you already have in your wardrobe. It's very easy to go through a process of, doing a quiz or an assessment to work out what your style personality is. What the tricky part is, and what we help you with, is actually working out what that actually looks like in the wild. And we have the tips and tools and worksheets, and we guide you through that whole process as part of the style transformation. The other thing that you get is actually a personalized color swatch, something just like this. And we deliver to you 60 of your best colors, but there's actually thousands that you can actually wear. And we mark out in that your signature colors, so those colors that you can wear head to toe that you look absolutely fabulous in, your eye intensifier colors and your eye enhancer colors. And we choose all of those for you. Not only do you get that, but you also get your body architecture. So it's not just about what your horizontal proportions are, whether you're a pear or a column or a hourglass or a rectangle. It's actually helping you understand your body shape and the clothes that you want to put on it to create the shapes and styles that really work for you and make you feel fabulous. What we share with you is that size doesn't actually matter. It's about creating balance and proportion. That is the key to creating a killer outfit. So not only do we help you diagnose your body shape, but we show you the shapes that you want to create with your body and the clothes that you put on it. And again, how to find those pieces in the wild. We have an online program, My Private Stylist, included within the program, which has every cuff, every collar, every neckline that is going to be perfect for you. So you can literally look at your results, see the pictures of all the different items from swimwear, shoes, glasses style, dresses, pants, and then actually be able to identify them, one, in your wardrobe, online, and also in the shops as well. So that is the beauty of the style transformation. It is a personalized style profile for you so that you can start creating that wardrobe full of outfits that you absolutely love. So we are joined by some absolutely fabulous women this afternoon. And the first woman that we would love to introduce you to is Chandra. Now, Chandra joined the Style Transformation back in March 2020. And so we'll just bring her up. Just mind me while I just organise the tech here, and we'll get Chandra on screen. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi there. I'm very well, thank you.
It's so wonderful for you to be with us this afternoon. And I know, taking up your time on a Sunday afternoon, but I know women watching will be really interested to hear about your style transformation journey. So do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, using a language that, I now speak thanks to the style transformation course, I am a creative, rebellious dramatic. My color palette is warm, clear, and I'm a long torso, short-legged triangle.
I love how we've defined ourselves by these hashtags.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So that's I guess information that I now know as a result of having done the course. And I was thinking back that I did the course when we were pretty much straight into the beginning of COVID. Just can't believe how quickly the time has gone, but how much things have changed for me from a wardrobe perspective since doing the course.
So tell us a little bit about your life and lifestyle, not necessarily what it's like during COVID now, but tell us a little bit about yourself so that we can get a little bit of context about what you needed clothes for and things like that.
Yeah. So pre-COVID, I used to do a lot of in-person presenting, running, facilitating workshops and things like that, and traveling domestically quite a lot for that. That's shifted predominantly to online now, but I still do a lot of, I guess, presentations to either one-on-one clients or my group program. And the work that I do is I'm a business coach, and I work mainly with women who they've had a career and they now want to start their own solo business. So it's in a business realm, but my style is not formal. And so one of the challenges has always been finding a dress code, if you like, that communicates appropriately the balance between professionalism and being approachable and still me. So that's been something, I guess, that I'm was always having a challenge with.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things because, especially as you mentioned before, you have a creative and a rebellious style personality. You know, when you think about that from a corporate or a more sort of business focused role or environment that you're working with, a lot of people go, well, how do I even translate that into what I'm supposed to wear? Because, you know, we automatically think creative, you know, it's wild, you know,
Oh,
color.
is that full?
Yeah. Or rebellious, you're either you know, band tees, rock, you know, studying and all the rest of it. So, tell us a little bit about incorporating your style personality now into what you wear.
Yeah, well, that actually has been one of it's probably a combination of a game changer and an aha moment for me that, and if I can backtrack just a little bit, that I guess of what was one of the things that led me to doing the course in the first place was that I'd been challenged, I guess, to having wardrobe full of clothes and doing that whole thing that you see in movies where you go in and you try on 75 different versions of outfits, and then it's like, oh God, I'm just going to go back to the first thing or whatever. And just the stress and the time and all of that was just like, I was over it. And I actually had been on the hunt to find a stylist, and I did actually work with a stylist. And I went and she'd arranged all these clothes. We'd done all this big brief and everything. And we tried on all these clothes and I didn't like it. It's not fair to say I didn't like anything. I did, but there was just always felt like there was just something that was just a bit off. And I couldn't quite articulate what it was. But after doing the style transformation, I realized it was the balance of my style personality that just wasn't quite right. And so things that in theory was like, oh, that's a good color for me, for example, when I put them on, it was like, yeah, it's okay. So now I think I have a different distinction around that. So back to your question about incorporating it for me, one of the things is that I have scope, depending on the context or environment that I'm in, of how much of the creative I'll let out to play. But often what I'll be doing is looking for not only enjoying the colors that I now play with, but also the accessories. So for example, fun earrings that are, I guess, a little bit more bold or interesting, or more of a pop of color or something. That for me, it's kind of like when I put them on, I go, oh, that's kind of fun. It doesn't feel crazy and over the top, but there's something that's a gesture that helps it feel like me.
That's awesome.
And it's absolutely that. And I think we know for a lot of women, it is that translation of style personality. And again, I was in the same place as well in terms of you try things on, but they weren't quite there. They weren't quite right. They didn't feel quite like you. So, yeah, you put them on, they do, but you never really loved them as such.
Yeah.
And Chandra, feeling like that while you're presenting, not the most positive mindset to be in.
No, and it could be a combination of either wearing something that like physically doesn't feel that great, but also just not, I guess, feeling distracted by something that feels a bit out of sorts, or just not feeling as super confident as I could. All of those things are, I guess, those little 1%ers that can be a distraction from being fully present. So I think I realize now a lot more of, that place that I was just used to being, just wearing either the same old, because I had a couple of tried and true outfits, or just kind of being a peg or two down from what I could be feeling.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Oh, that's all right.
So what's been your biggest win, do you think, after the style transformation, or maybe the most surprising compliment or biggest win that you've had?
Well, a couple of things. So as a warm clear, I had an initial, a little bit like a funeral, I guess, where I went through my wardrobe and I took out all the black. And literally,
common for a warm clear.
Yes, and I just put them into a bag, and I ended up giving them to a friend of mine who's got a much sort of darker color profile and as rebel in her style personality, and so she just felt like she just got this bag full of new clothes, and I didn't feel so bad about not wearing them anymore. So that was a cull out. But now I feel like I just get dressed so much faster. And even my husband has noticed that the whole getting ready process is way quicker, because now it's kind of like things just kind of work together. And I actually had a lockdown COVID appropriate walk with my friend a couple of weeks ago, and it was a bit chilly, and so I had a jacket and we were getting coffee on the way, and so I had my bag and whatever, and she just looked at me and she's kind of like, this is just all working.
I love the hand.
And I just laughed, because it was, there was not that much effort that went into on my behalf, but it was just like, oh yeah, that thing, yep, off we go. And so it made me laugh, but it also made me feel really good, because it's taken a bit of time for me to get my head around all of the fabulous information that is shared, and then to go right translating that into my wardrobe, and really feeling like, yeah, things do, like everything just goes together. If I need to add a jacket onto something, or if I'm I'm looking for a different top or whatever, like it just kind of, they all go, and it's so fun.
Not a speck of black either.
There's I think I've got some black boots that I haven't let go of yet, but you've talked about
that rebellious in you.
Yeah, it is. But I figure they're way down the bottom, so if I wear them, and no one even sees your shoes anymore anyway.
Yes, that's true.
Maybe
a museum piece.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so for everyone out there, we do have like a little bit of an inside joke that if you're a warm and clear, we do offer 18 months free counselling, because it is a little bit of transition with the colour. But as we find that once you feel really good and you see that difference in the colour, you completely embrace it, don't you?
Gorgeous
totally.
colour. Mm.
Totally.
I mean, look at that blue fee with Chandra's hair and eyes. Oh my goodness.
It's just
yeah. And the other thing that was, I think, a real win for me is because I don't actually love shopping that much. I love the result of having things that I love wearing and that go together, but the process of it I don't necessarily super love. But one of my recent shopping trips before everything got shut down, I try to always take my color palette with me. It's rarely more than an arm's length away. And I took it with me and into one of the shops that I was going into that I'd not gone into before, and so was kind of a bit overwhelmed with stuff. and I just happened to jag an awesome sales person and gave her this. And I said, here's the sort of stuff that I'm looking for. I need some tops and blah, 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 blah. And her eyes just went ping. She was so excited. She ran away with my color palette and she just kept bringing me stuff. And she goes, it's in, try this.
Get it working for you, Chandra. Awesome.
Totally, because it's like, but she just loved it. And there were still some things I was like, yeah, the color's right, but that's not for me for whatever reason. But it made the whole process for me way easier. I did buy more things than I thought that I would, but all of them I actually really love, and the whole process was super easy. So it was like, bada bing, bada boom, done.
Love it.
That is so fabulous.
And no emotion. I love it. We often say this, don't we, Fee? How the process of knowing your style profile takes all the emotion out of it, because it's pure theory. And women, that's why we hear a lot, I hate shopping, because the emotion that it dredges up in a lot of women, which is dread around their things not fitting and that sort of, or not finding anything, it's all removed because you have all the information.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your style transformation with us. I love it. And I love that you got a sales assistant working super hard for you to find all the pieces. But it's perfect, isn't it? It's just great that you can do that.
Take back control.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And
thank you so much for I guess the difference that you guys have made by pulling this course together. The information that's in there it's so well organized and structured, even though I went into it thinking, right, we're going shopping, and I know you've got your process, and it's just so well done. And I would just really encourage anyone that's thinking about it to definitely just do it, because it's the best investment that I've made for sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chandra.
You're welcome.
we'll speak to you a bit later. Bye.
See ya.
Oh, I love those wins, because again, we know that it can make that much of a difference. And I think it ties beautifully in with what I was going to talk about next, which is about defining your style personality and, the power that you have, and also, I guess, that understanding for Chandra why, things weren't just quite hitting the mark. And often we don't know, because no one sort of teaches this stuff around style personality, or no one sort of explains to us that, we're a combination of two or three. So, yes, we can define it, but what does it actually look like? And why do some pieces that technically we would think should work for us don't necessarily work? So as part of the style transformation, what we do is we do help you define your style personalities, because you're going to be more than just one. You're usually a combination of two or three. And if you're four or more, it usually means that you're a little bit creative. But that's actually only part of the step. And it is that second part of the process, which Chandra was talking about, where it's really understanding the different elements of your style personality and which parts you want to play around with. Like she mentioned before, where does she bring in that creativity through accessories? Where does she bring that rebellious through accessories as well? But then, maybe in terms of, for play or for going out for her, then maybe actually you can go a little bit more creative, a little bit more rebellious, but maybe in a work context, you're pulling it back to just accessories. So that's something that we explore a lot as part of the style transformation, because we do know how much of a difference that makes, and it informs everything else that you will do in your wardrobe in terms of the colors that you choose to wear, the shapes that you create with your body and the clothes that you put on, the accessories you wear, the prints and patterns, how much makeup you like to wear, whether or not you like to accessorize at all. All of those things are determined first by your style personality. So when that becomes really clear, everything else just falls into place, and it becomes so much easier in terms of that. And that is what we would absolutely love to share with you as part of the style transformation. So our next guest for this afternoon, and again, thank you so much, Chandra. It was so wonderful to spend time with you virtually. We are hoping one day that we all get to be together in person, which would be fabulous. So
and be able to hug again.
I think there's this ad going around. Isn't there a chewing gum ad going around? What it's going to be like when everyone's let out and they're allowed to hug each other and kiss and stuff. So let's welcome Raylan. Hi, Raylan. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
Can you hear us all right, Raylan?
Nice to be here. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Great. Absolutely.
You can hear me. Good.
Absolutely. Up there in sunny Queensland. Bit
Yes,
frozen.
lovely and warm today.
So, Raylan, everyone
Not
wants to
frozen.
hear.
It's not cold.
Everyone wants to hear from you just a little bit about you and your lifestyle and sort of what led you to the style transformation.
Okay. I'm a 66-year-old retired nurse, married, 2 adult daughters with 6 grandchildren. After I retired, I had nothing to wear because I wore a uniform every day. So I went a little bit crazy and bought lots and lots of clothes with nothing to wear. So
there's that saying again, lots of clothes, nothing to wear.
Yes. So I did my colours with Christy first, and then I thought, yeah, I've got this. I'll do a wardrobe revamp. But after talking to Fiona, I decided to do the whole shebangle, and best thing I ever did.
That's great. So that old saying we hear a lot, lots and lots of garments with nothing to wear. But what do you think was your biggest struggle in terms of once you got your colours done, what made you think, okay, I need a little bit of extra help here?
Mainly because I think most of my clothes, because I'm a feminine, elegant, a little bit of creative, everything was a little bit too much for everyday life. Nothing sort of suited retired. And before COVID, I was a big cruiser. Used to cruise a lot, so I needed more casual sort of clothing. And it helped me work out I could still be my feminine, elegant, but be more casual in my style. You know,
and what was
and being very short.
Sorry, carry on, Raylan.
And being very short, I needed to have things that, like, I'm a balanced body, so I needed things that fitted properly. So that was another thing that it helped me a lot with.
So what would you say that was your biggest aha moment, Raylan, or was there something else along the way that made you, like, sort of blew your mind in terms of, wow, I wish I'd known that a long time ago?
Yeah, probably what really suited me. I think I kind of had it right in a way, but it just didn't fit into my lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you mean in terms of what fitted you in terms of line and design, or what suited you in terms of line and design, or do you mean in terms of style, personality, and fitting it into the right context, or both?
My style personality was probably okay, but I was sort of more on the upper level of elegant rather than more casual elegant. I mean, if I'm not dressed, I don't go out. I've got to be properly dressed in everything matches and everything. Yeah.
A true elegant feature, hey, Fee?
Absolutely.
And
I'm
that's
here with
something.
heels on.
That's something a lot of elegants have trouble with, isn't it, Fee? Dialing down their elegance to a context appropriate level without losing themselves. And Raylan, would you say that's something you sort of got better at throughout the process?
Yes, I think so. well, you've seen some of the photos. I've dialed it down a fair bit. And changing my hair has been a big thing.
So with your hair, Raylan, tell everyone a bit about how you wore it previously and why you sort of decided to change it a little bit.
Well, it was red, very, very short pixie, and obviously the colour didn't suit my cool light palette. And during COVID, I thought, I'll blow this. I'm not a hairdresser, even though they were opened earlier in Brisbane. So I let it grow, and all I do now is get compliments on it.
There you go.
How much better and how much younger I look. Yeah.
That's a winner. And tell everyone, Raylan, about your style profile. We talk about the language we talk in the program.
Can you explain a little bit what you mean by that?
Sorry, in terms of your style profile, in terms of what your colour palette and body shape and style, you mentioned your style personalities already, but your other characteristics.
Yeah. So my colour palette is cool light, which is basically cool colours in a lighter palette. I am only 148 centimetres tall. I have a balanced body and an oval face. And yeah, a little bit of aging arms, but I'm working on that. Yeah, and I'm pretty much an elegant, feminine elegant, yeah.
And how, Raylan, knowing your body architecture too, and you speak about being small, but in terms of your body architecture, how has it helped you understand? And you've talked about balanced body, so what that means for you in terms of the garments you select.
I'm also a rectangle shape, so I'm a little bit more aware of wearing things tucked in at the waist and length of tops. I've always wondered why a tucked in top looked pretty bad on me. Now I realise that it needs to go out. Fairly short from the shoulder to the underarm. So, I can adjust. I usually have to get that adjusted, I must admit. I mean, I only wear a size 6 in clothing, so it's pretty hard sometimes. Sometimes to get just the right fit.
We talk, Raylan, about size not being relevant in the sense that understanding your body architecture really sort of takes that side of things out about it's knowing how clothes sit on your body and what shape you want to create. And we love Raylan because she's got that beautiful femininity. So as a rectangle Raylan and an elegant, you love to create that beautiful hourglass shape, don't you?
I do, yes. I prefer an hourglass shape. I just feel as though it balances me out a bit more. If it's too rectangle, I feel like I'm a little dumpy, if you know what I mean. I don't have any hips, so I like to bring in the waist a little bit.
And you
gives me a little bit of shape around the hips.
You understand how now to do that, understanding the shape you are, and then what to do to create the shape you want with clothes.
Yes, I do now. Yes, and without learning this, I would never have known. The style transformation just gives you every aspect of what a woman needs to get dressed properly and look the best they possibly can be.
And have lots of fun, yeah?
Yeah, lots of fun. And
So,
finding
Raylan,
different ways to wear your clothes.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. And finding different ways to wear certain things to making them better. You know, like adding a belt or something, how it can change a whole outfit. And colour and coordination in colour depths and stuff. Yeah, it's good.
And so, Raylan, what's been? You sounds like you've got lots of lovely compliments since understanding your style profile. But what's been one of your favourites? What's one you've heard where you're just like, wowee, I'm a bit of all right.
Well, I walked into my favourite shop in my right colours, my right style, everything. And one of the sales assistants turned around and said, "Wow, those colours really suit you and you look great." And I thought, nailed it.
That's awesome, winning. And I think it's lovely that in that situation you can turn around and say, I know.
Yes. And another one's been my hair, that people have actually said that I've 10 years my hair longer. So whether that's true or not.
And understanding too. Sorry, Fee, you go.
Yeah, I was going to say there is a comment here going, wow, 66, so gorgeous. So yeah.
It's working, but understanding too the oval face shape and what hairstyles and hair colours suit your characteristics is very empowering and powerful.
Yes, it makes a big difference to know what to do and what not to do. As you know, the red hair was a bit out there.
But you came to that conclusion yourself through understanding your theory, so that's awesome.
Yes.
Well, Raylan, thank you so much thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We'll let you get out and enjoy the rest of the sunshine, what's left of it. And we'll see you hopefully we'll see you helping out the other style transformers in the group.
Thanks for inviting me, and everybody get out there and join the style transformation. Best thing you can do for yourself. Thank you.
Thanks, Raylan. Thanks, Raylan.
And thank you, Raylan, too, because I know the connection wasn't the best. So I thank you for being so patient with us with that as well. So I really appreciate that, Raylan. So Raylan was talking about colour, and one of the things that we cover off when we do the colour analysis is we do help you discover your wow colours. And your wow colours aren't necessarily just, you know, a top or a jacket or a dress that you might wear. It actually comes back to also hair colour. So if you are someone who experiments with hair colour a bit, we do actually provide guidance to, you know, what colours or tones of colours in your hair that are going to work really, really well for you to complement your skin and eye colour as well. So that's one of the things that we do as part of the style transformation. And I know that Chandra's already shared her swatch before, but we not only show you your wow colours, so colours that make you look vibrant and glowing, and Christy as well is just happily showing us some of her wow and not so wow colours here for that. But we actually go through in your swatch and actually mark out for you what your eye intensify colours are, what your eye enhancer colours are, what your signature colours are, those colours you should wear head to toe or as a jacket or in a cocktail dress or something like that, that is just going to have people turn their heads and go, you have got it so pulled together. And that is one of the key things that we deliver as part of the style transformation, because not only are you going to look amazing, it is the key, as Chandra was also saying, to creating a mix and match wardrobe. When you work off a colour palette, everything in your wardrobe will actually mix and match. So that's one of the key items there that we deliver as part of the style transformation. So next up, we are going to introduce to you the fabulous Kathy. Now, Kathy joined the Style Transformation back in March 2020. So she is very practiced at implementing all her theory as well from the Style Transformation. Kathy, how are you going?
I'm well, thank you, Christy and Fiona. It's nice to be here.
Oh, it's so lovely to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
My pleasure.
So can you tell everyone just a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm in my mid-50s. I am the mother of two older boys who still live at home. I live in Sydney, hence, you're mentioning hair colour. Please don't take this as my normal hair
judgment.
colour.
No lockdown judgment.
And I work full-time in a management position in education and training. So I need to dress in a professional way, but it's not, suited and booted.
Perfect. And tell us about...
I'm also in terms of my colour palette, I'm a cool light like Raylan, and you can see we're quite different. So it's quite, one thing I learned was it's very difficult to diagnose your own colours. I was convinced I was a warm. And then when I got the email that I was cool, I was like, oh my gosh, how could I have got that so wrong? So I wouldn't recommend amateur diagnosis. I would recommend leaving it in the hands of the professionals. I'm also relaxed natural is my main style personality. I like to be comfortable, to not feel too constricted. I like natural fabrics with a bit of texture, but I'm also classic and a bit of feminine. And I do have creative, and I have found over the year and a half of doing the style transformation that I'm able to bring out my creative side a little bit more because I'm more confident. Just for example, this lovely suit that I bought, which has beautiful linen wide leg pants. I would never have bought that before because I wouldn't have the confidence to buy something in such a out there to me colour. So I feel like I'm able to sort of express myself a bit more creatively now.
So fun.
And it is, because we also have the privilege of seeing you in Super Stylers, which is the next step after Style Transformation. And the creativity and the outfits that you put together, I look forward to it every month, seeing what you pull together, because it is so fun. Like it really
is. It is so much fun seeing everybody's different combinations. Everybody's so different and unique, but having the guidelines to be able to put things together that suit you is amazing. It's a superpower.
It is. So tell us about before the Style Transformation. What did it feel like? Like, what were you struggling with? What were the challenges you were having with your wardrobe or putting together outfits?
Well, I've always loved clothes, and I felt like I had pieces that I did love. I think, turning 50 and feeling that sense of sort of, wanting to sort of still have my individual style, but not really knowing what it was, losing my way a bit. And my girlfriends we'd have discussions about just feeling really blah and a bit boring, and just buying things that you didn't really love. So I saw the sessions like this one on Facebook, and I love theory, and I found you both so engaging and warm and inclusive. So it was the beginning of lockdown last year. Feels like a million years ago, but it was only last year. And I thought, I'm going to do this for myself. It's a perfect thing. You've got, I'm at home, still working from home, but I've got something to look forward to be on the Facebook group with others who had joined and are really excited about it, and then look forward to watching your great webinars, which just explain everything clearly and beautifully, and I'd watch them sort of a few times because sometimes it takes a bit to sink in.
And what's been the biggest takeaway you've had from the Style Transformation?
I think that it, to to me, it's probably about colour. Besides the aha moment with the style personality, which I've never heard of before, but makes so much sense. I'd always admired a girlfriend of mine who just puts together things so beautifully, but she's totally different style personality to me. She's sultry, and I just love what she wore. And I thought, well, that's why I love what she's wearing, but I could never wear that because I just don't feel comfortable in that sort of clothing. So that was a real aha moment, but also just the colour and contrast and how you mirror your own features. That I think is a big learning, because you could, you have your colour palette, which is fantastic. It tells you your core colours and, those eye enhancers and the other colours that you can use to put together with your core colours. But getting the contrast right is so important to really lift it to the level that you want.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that. And do you have, like, in terms of your wardrobe now, when you go to your wardrobe in the morning, and maybe not so much during lockdown periods, but how long does it take you now to get ready?
Well, even in lockdown periods, I'm on Zoom all day or Teams, so I have to, look good from there up. I just have, a variety of things. I think in the shower, what am I going to wear? And it's exciting because I think, I could wear that, beautiful green that I have. What mood do I feel in today? So it definitely makes getting dressed not stressful and more exciting, and it certainly does save time, especially going out when we could go out. I love going out with my girlfriends or going out with my husband to a nice bar or have something to eat. And before, when you're going out somewhere and you want to look good and you've got, a pile of 10 outfits on, discarded outfits on the bed because you just don't feel right. So now, I still, I can still change outfit once or twice if I'm in that mood, but I know that I have things that I'm going to feel good in, and there's options. And I can put different things together, and being part of the Super Stylers really helps with that too. Just expanding your mind to what you can put together to create a really fabulous outfit that you feel great in.
Absolutely. And you really touched on something there, because often we can do casual easily, like, if we're, around the house or doing errands on the weekend and things like that.
Yeah.
Workwear, especially if it's, smart business to business formal, that's often easy to do as well. But that barwear section can be tricky because, we're not necessarily out at bars every night. So that often becomes a little bit tricky, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. And feeling good when you go out somewhere like that is just amazing for your self-confidence.
And I found it interesting too, Fee, when Kathy was talking about her colour palette, her style personality, but saying she likes natural fibres with a bit of texture, how we generally find certain people in certain colour palettes and of certain style personalities have those characteristics, but how beneficial it is to now have the parameters and know why you like those things.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you do know why. I had a gorgeous velvet top that that I saw, and I thought, velvet, that's a gorgeous texture for me. I'm going to get it.
Just enough softness.
Yeah.
So what do you think the biggest win has been, or what's the biggest compliment you've received?
When I in the very beginning, when I joined and got my colour palette, I think the only shop that was open was Target. It's not even open nowadays, so that was good. So I went to Target and I took my colour palette and I had a look around what I could buy, and I just found a casual T-shirt that I could wear with my activewear, And so I went then out with my girlfriend for a walk, and she's like, "Oh my God, you should always wear that colour. That looks amazing on you."
Just a plain old T-shirt.
One T-shirt for $10 from Target. But it was in a great colour that I would never have chosen. It was like a purple, and I didn't have any sort of purple or lilacs or anything in my wardrobe or lavender like that before. Because I never thought that colour was something I would wear. But then when I put it on, I was like, yeah, it does. It really goes well with my eyes, and and I feel really great in it. So that was like instant win. And since that, yeah, a couple of other girlfriends have asked me to help them go shopping. That we have to start in your own wardrobe, and they don't want to, but anyway.
Oh, listen to her go, Fee. Listen to our babies go. Shopping's the last step. The last step.
It's the last step, that's right. But also lots of comments about, you know, the colours I'm wearing, and just that, you know, people love, you know, how I've put something together. And it feels really good. And I think as Chandra said, you know, that's all fantastic, makes you feel good, but feeling good within yourself is what you do it for, and that's a really great thing for confidence.
It's awesome. The best.
So for anyone who is thinking about joining the program, what would you say to them?
Do it, do it, do it. If you don't love shopping, do it. If you do love shopping, do it. I'm somebody who does love shopping. And when you finish the style transformation, you'll be able to go into Zara and you'll be able to head for exactly your colour and style and come out with a few things if that's what you go in there for, to buy something, rather than wandering around, trying stuff on, feeling hideous and leaving depressed. So
great advice. I love that. If you do like shopping, do it. If you don't like shopping, do it, because there's something in for both. It's gold.
Thank you so much, Kathy, for joining us this afternoon. And yeah, you're looking fabulous in your pink. We love that. I've seen that one before. I'm quite like it.
Great combo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both. Bye.
See you, Kathy. Stay well.
And it is that thing in terms of, you know, colour can just be such a simple win. Like, it's just a simple little thing that all of a sudden, you know, it just switches up. And I know for me, it was the real change. As someone who is an ex-accountant who loved fashion but had absolutely no idea how to pull it all together, this colour step for me was the thing that really ramped it up. Because the other thing that I really struggled with, and I know a lot of our style transformers struggle with, is that, you know, we tend to have that go-to black pants and top combination. So we sometimes get a little bit scared to embrace or work with colour because we don't know how to pull it all together or create different colour combinations. And you can see, you know, with Raylan, Kathy, and also Chandra, they all talked about the fact that, you know, they can create so many different outfits without having to use a pair of black pants to do that. You can actually see Kathy here, got her in there sneakily, sharing some of her outfit combinations for the one-piece three ways that we get our super stylists to practice with. But it is one of the big wins that you can get out of the style transformation as well, is learning how to create that mix and match wardrobe where everything goes together so that you can do so much more with less pieces. And we get really excited when we get to share that with our style transformers. So next up, we have the fabulous Elaine, and Elaine joined us for the September round last year. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Elaine.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Elaine, you, as Fee said, you joined us last September for the style transformation. What was it that made you go, I'm doing this, I'm in? What was the thing that really got you there?
Well, I had worked for a bank for 25 years and then I'd semi-retired and worked for a school assisting children with special needs. And so I'd gone from wearing corporate clothes and then semi-retiring and then having that buying, you know, because I'm down on the floor with the kids and all that sort of stuff, buying a uniform, so to speak. So I wore the same jeans or pants and having half a dozen tops, and that was it. And I'm a classic and then relaxed, natural, equal parts with feminine, and then with a little bit of sultry in there as well. So I'm comfortable with the office corporate wear. I feel quite comfortable in in that. But yeah, I found that I have 5 children, so my life was always really, really busy. And I found that over the years that I'd kind of lost myself. Like I'm heading towards 60 now. I'm 58, and I thought, well, there's really no reason to not put me first, which was quite a way out there sort of thinking for me. And yeah, and I just realised that I really hated shopping. I mean, I liked it when I had the wins, but I really was kind of lost. I didn't want to look, younger than what I am. I've got my elder girls are 34 and my youngest is 21, and I'm a grandmother, and I sort of thought, well, but I don't want to look, frumpy. So there's that frump factor, and I find I'm an hourglass. So I was finding that most things were looking quite frumpy on me that I chose. So I decided with the lockdown in Victoria, the second one that we had, I was going to join, and I did have a look at a few groups on Facebook and different style groups, and I found that Style Liberation was actually fantastic for putting things together and building confidence, and things like the style personality was really good to know, because I know what I feel comfortable in, and that's why I felt comfortable in a shirt and skirts and pants, and that little bit of the feminine touch was important to me. And so that was great. And I had my colours done, and my children put in to actually get my colours done, and I'm actually a warm soft. And I thought, when I got my colour palette, I looked and I thought, oh, okay, my colours are all fairly dull, I was wearing like
soft, Lou,
yeah,
soft.
Sorry, warm soft, yes. And I thought, but I thought, I'm in there wearing these bright pinks because people have told me I looked better in colour. So I didn't go like middle of the road. I went like, you can't get any brighter pink than what I loved, and bright blues, and really out there. And so I was kind of like, I think looking back, this floating head, so
or
so,
worse, we lose you, right? Because the colour's wearing you to a point. Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what was happening. So yeah, and so I've really enjoyed how to put things together and why things weren't quite working. So simple things like the hemline on your skirt, like taking it up an extra inch or 2.5 centimeters. It doesn't sound like it makes a difference, but it actually does. And for me, it was so important was contrast levels, finding out that you need to put have the right contrast, and the course actually teaches you about that and how to play with your colours and get the best out of it. So there's colours in my palette that if I have them next to me, the contrast isn't right. So it makes such a difference when the contrast level is right. Now I'm looking going, wow, how could I have ever thought that my colours would dull?
The beautiful colour combinations you can create within your palette. And so right. would you say, Lou, that was your sort of biggest revelation, the biggest game changer, or was it something else for you?
Yeah, that absolutely. It was the contrast levels, how to use those to your benefit, and using your palette, what colours were your signature colours that you point out to us and guide us through, and how patient you are with because I had my colours done 15, 20 years ago, and I was told that I was a summer, hence the bright pinks and the bright colours, and also that I had a square face shape. And so I was like, oh, I don't, you know, and you were quite open to me asking the questions, and I found that was really lovely. That you know, I was a compliance officer when I worked for the bank, so it's like, for me, it's process, and I have to know why and what's going on. You know,
girl after your own heart, Fee.
I know, I love it.
So, and I heard, Lou, in your intro, you sort of ticked a lot of the comments that Fee and I hear often when people come to us. You'd had a lifestyle change. You had sort of felt like you disappeared a bit or lost yourself, and you didn't quite know how to get you back after sort of having a very busy lifestyle. So that we hear constantly with our clients. In terms of that, how do you feel now about your wardrobe now that you've gone through the process?
Well, it sounds like you're learning how to put clothes together, and so, you know, this goes with that. How difficult can it be? But it's actually quite empowering, I find, because it builds, it's a confidence thing. If you actually feel good and you know that what you are wearing works, then that's going to give you a real sense of confidence and self. And so that's really empowering when you are out there. And I remember when we have our monthly chats, and I remember Christy saying, you know, with lockdown, wear your stuff, wear what makes you feel good, you know, don't wait until you're going out. And you know, and I find going to the dentist a while ago, it was like, yes, I'll put on a nice shirt and I've actually got to go, I can go out, you know, and wander around the house.
I'm allowed.
Yes, but you know, just wearing I don't have anything in my wardrobe now that I don't feel good in. So, you know, I don't need to so unless I'm out in the garden digging and painting and stuff like that, I don't have anything in my wardrobe that wouldn't take me from. Pardon?
Wear your black when you're painting and out in the yard. No,
never had any. Not a black.
And Lou, you did work really hard. You really wanted to apply that theory, and I think that's key too, isn't it, Fee? This theory will take you through. So if Lou went on to have any other lifestyle change, Lou, how do you feel in terms of applying that theory through that change?
I think I have the tools to be able to do that now. It's great, and I think the most difficult thing is that is buying things online in the COVID climate. But I find that with the tools it has become easy or easier because I'm a texture person too, being the relaxed natural in there. That I like the textures and I like the different feel of clothing, and I know that that's really important to a relaxed natural. And I've gone, oh, okay. So I had lots and lots of learning moments and why I like things and what goes together. And I think that if there was any changes or lifestyle changes, I'd be able to take all that in my stride. So yeah, and I even look at.
Sorry, I was going to say even just packing to go away when we can, using those for something like that as well.
Well, we managed to go to Port Douglas for my husband and I. We celebrated our 25th wedding anniversary, and we managed to get away right for the couple of weeks there. And I packed in, I think it was 30. I put the timer on and packed what I wanted to take, and 30 because I wanted to see, 35 minutes.
I love it. Set yourself a challenge.
Yeah, it was brilliant because I know, I've packed for families, and I could pack for everyone else. Like I'm just brilliant at it with 5 kids, the hubby, whatever. Just everyone was packed. But then when it came to my own stuff, mine would be like a bag that I just chucked whatever in on the last minute and shoved it in the car. Now, that's brilliant, and I'm pulling out things and know exactly what I've got and how to wear it. And I particularly love that for me is that I like the sustainability approach that you ladies have. So you can take one item and change how you wear it, what you wear it with, and then it can go from being really dressy to maybe just floaty, nice weather thing, like you're just going to the shop with for a coffee, or
working
casual.
hard.
Yes,
Working
yeah,
those
I really
garments
like
hard.
that. Yes, absolutely. So I think that's the best thing.
So Lou, we've heard from some of our other awesome style transformers how it's the theory and applying the theory has made them feel in terms of confidence-wise, that sort of thing. And that's very important. And I know you've spoken to us about that also. But the compliments are lovely, aren't they? And tell us a bit about one of your favourite compliments you've got.
Oh, well, I had to laugh because my children have noticed too, and I've had a couple of compliments and from my kids of, oh, Mum, you look really good. You're cool nana now. So that's nice.
I love that.
But I loved it because Christy actually said to me, oh, you know what? I can recommend a pair of, skinny jeans for you. So I went and bought them, and I was my husband says, come on, show me. So I've done the fashion show, and he says, I think you should buy a couple more pairs of those. I like those. So I'm thinking,
in the palette. So Lou, that's interesting too, isn't it? That's amazing.
I love it.
Compliment.
So that's nice when you've got your husband still chasing you after 25 years. I'm taking that.
Lovely. You're welcome, hubby. Lou, that's awesome, and thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We love seeing that big smile on your face, and we love seeing you in the group. So hopefully you'll be able to share some of your wisdom in the Style Transformation group this time around.
Terrific. And if people are curious, I actually am on in the group as Lou. So that's my nickname is Lou. So if they see a Lou Cooper and in Elaine, it's actually me. So
that's the hot one in the skinny jeans.
That's right.
Yes. The hot nana.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
See you, Lou.
My cheeks are just so sore now because I've been smiling the whole way through, because everything, this is why we do what we do. We see this transformation with clients we work with face-to-face and online, and it just gives me goosebumps. It makes me smile from ear to ear. It's like cheeks, are sore. We get really, really excited about those wins that our style transformers.
Yeah, the confidence, especially for, as we said, how often we hear, I just feel like I've completely lost myself. And the difference between when they come to us and how they feel about themselves at the end just poles apart. It's like a rediscovery. It sounds cliched, but it's so, so true, the transition they go through.
Absolutely. So, and that's, our aim with the style transformation. It is that transformation. It's that journey. It's what we call the style adventures. So, one of the other things that we're really key as part of the process is understanding the shapes you want to create with your body and the clothes that you put on it. And I think, Elaine touched on that, and so did Raylan, and Elaine was touching on that in terms of, being an hourglass. A lot of the things that she was wearing often could make her feel frumpy, and as a beautiful hourglass, it's so important for her to show her shape, but also to do it as a relaxed natural can, marrying that up. As someone who is perhaps a feminine or elegant, it's much easier to find those shapes that complement your style, personality, and body shape. But if you're someone who's relaxed, natural, it's learning how to do it in a way that's a little bit more laid back, a little bit more relaxed, so that it doesn't feel like it's too formal for you as well. So that's definitely one of the things that we explore, and why style personality very much comes into play yet again. So we do that through the body architecture program, My Private Stylist. So we do get you to send us through your details, and you get every cuff, every collar, every neckline that is going to work for you based on the measurements that you send through to us. This is all kept in the vault. We have permission to share this one as well, but otherwise everything is kept in the vault in terms of that. And as we mentioned before, it's about creating that mix and match wardrobe where everything goes together. And we help you do that through what we call our capsule wardrobe 4 steps. So we do that through identifying what your core pieces are, you know, looking at your lifestyle analysis, where you should be investing in your money, and taking you through the steps in terms of the core colors you should work with, the core foundation pieces you should have as part of that. But all, again, that is very much based on your style personality, your color palette, and also your body architecture too. So we show you how to create those beautiful wardrobe clusters so that you have an outfit for any occasion, that you can go to your wardrobe like Kathy and have a look and go, yep, actually, I'm in the shower. I've already thought about what I can wear. I've got 2 or 3 different options that I can pull together for that without having to stand in the wardrobe for, you know, an hour before you're going somewhere to work out what you're actually going to wear.
And then potentially, Fee, not really feeling that great about the thing you've chosen.
Because you do it in a rush at the end and it's like, oh, well, I'm just going to wear this and look.
It'll do. We never want to hear those words again, do we?
No, not at all. And then one of the key things, like, you know, we're 50-50 on people who like shopping and who don't like shopping. And so I loved that it was like, if you do love shopping, do it. If you don't like shopping, do it, because it is pretty much within the Style Transformation Group and Super Stylers. It is like, you know, we've got lovers and haters. And so what we try and do as part of that is make it really, really efficient for you by sharing our shopping success strategies. So that's part of the Style Transformation as well. We share with you the key tips that we use, or tools, I should say, every time that we take our clients shopping, either in person or online. And you know, Christy and I, a 2 or 3 hour shop, we would easily find 15 to 20 winners. And it doesn't mean our clients necessarily buy that many pieces, but that's how many winners we can find in that time. So we share with you how we do that, what your plan of attack is, what research you should do before you go shopping to make it really efficient so that you're not wandering around the shops sort of scattergun approach, and you come home with winners rather than coming home with things that will do, or worse, nothing at all. So that's one of the key things that we do as part of the Style Transformation. So inside the Style Transformation, you get 3 quick wins, and that is your style profile, which Chandra, Kathy, Elaine, and Raylan have been talking about today. We help you define your style personality and then translate it so that you can identify what's right for you in the wild and also in your wardrobe. But sometimes for some of us, and I know it was before I did the Style Transformation myself, my wardrobe was the wild. Also, really identifying your body architecture so that you understand what your underlying architectural features are of your body, and then how to dress to create the shapes that make you feel really, really good, that make you walk out the door and, as Christy said before, make you feel like you're a bit of all right. And then that win in terms of colour and your colour palette. And colour is not only about how fabulous you will look, but it's also the foundation of creating that mix and match wardrobe, I should say. So that's, you know, the key thing that you get off the bat. But then you're also supported within the group. We have what we call the Style Transformation Portal. And in there, you'll find all the videos to support all the steps, the 5 steps that we cover, which is style personality, body architecture, colour, then also capsule wardrobe and shopping. So you'll see all the videos. If you want to dive in deeper and really get your theory going, then that is available to you until the internet dies. You have lifetime access to those videos. Plus also we've got, you know, the color guides for each color palette. We have checklists, worksheets, body shape cheat sheets, all of that sort of stuff is available in the portal as well. And we do update this program every year, and you will also have access to all the updates that we put together as well. Then we also have some bonuses that are on offer as well. And that's the trend translator. And sorry, it says autumn winter there, but it's actually spring summer. So you will get access to the spring summer trend translator. Now what that is you've got your color palette, you've got your style personality, you've got your body architecture, and then we've got these trends that come out every season. Well, we actually break those trends down by style personality, body shape, and also color palette, so that you are then able to identify the trends that are right for you and the ones that are going to have longevity, so that you're not buying those one-hit wonders. So we provide that to you at the end of the program. We also then have what we call our 5 live style clinics. So this is your opportunity to ask questions that need a little bit more of an in-depth answer. So we do these on a weekly basis. So we run one for each step of the style transformation. What we found is, even going through our own style transformation, we were given these tools, but we weren't necessarily supported to use them. And we found that with a lot of our clients as well. They may have worked with a stylist, or they may have had their colours done many years ago. However, they weren't necessarily supported or taught all the ins and outs. So we don't want to just give you the tools and for you to walk away. We're actually here to also support you throughout the program and every time we run the program. So what you'll notice is in the style transformation group and for all our live style clinics, what we have happening is they come back time and time again, just if they've got a question about, maybe contrast, or they want a little bit more detail on implementing that particular part of their style personality, or they want to understand a little bit more about their triangle body shape. So we're here throughout the program to support you, and then every time we run the program as well. Plus, we also have our Style Transformation Facebook group, which you will be a member of forevermore. And so, you can see the gorgeous Raylan there in her beautiful feminine dresses. And the Facebook group is great for finding people like you in terms of your profile, but also asking questions. Christy and I are in there answering your questions, but you'll also have the amazing support of Chandra, Kathy, Elaine, and Raylan, who have done the style transformation before. What we find is every round, everyone comes back in, shares their wins, supports each other, and answers each other's questions as well. So yeah, it's just such a beautiful, generous and kind community, and we are so, so lucky. So how it works is you get your 3 quick wins, you get the video course, they're short, snappy videos, they're released weekly, and then they're broken into 5-10 minute videos. So they're not super long, they can be digested, if you're having a cup of tea, that type of thing, enjoying some time on your deck. But then we also support you and answer all your questions through our live style clinics and also the private Facebook group as well. So the style transformation is $497, and we do have a couple of payment options. You can pay 3 monthly payments of $197, or you can pay in full at $497. So if you'd like to join us, and apologies again, I've just got the wrong date there. Enrollment's actually closed tomorrow night, which is Monday, the 23rd of August at 11 p.m. And to join us, it's over at thestyletransformation.com, and we've got the link just above as well for that. So we also offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So within 30 days, if you decide that the program isn't right for you, please just send us an email, send us a message, get in touch, and we will refund that for you. And when you get started, what to expect? You will receive an email from us, and it will have all the details of the style clinics that will be happening, when the video modules will be released, and when all of your instructions in terms of getting your photos and your questionnaires through to us to complete your colour and your body architecture analysis as well. We'll also then invite you to join our Style Transformation Facebook group. So we ask you to pop in there and introduce yourself, and you'll get your login details for the Style Transformation hub or portal as well, and you can see the welcome video and make your way around that, and that also has some more details about how the whole program will work and what to expect going forward. So we would love to invite you to join the Style Transformation. We are really, really excited to help you on your style adventures and get the wins and ahas that Chandra, Raylan, Kathy and Elaine have had as well. So we are closing the doors to this round tomorrow night at 11 p.m. So to join us, it's at thestyletransformation.com. And tomorrow evening, I'll actually be on live at 8 p.m. as well, just if you've got any other questions. And I know that there are some other questions that people have been asking, so I'll be answering those as well. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Again, I wanted to thank Chandra, I want to thank Raylan, Kathy and Elaine for sharing their style transformation journey with us. It has been such a pleasure to work with them, and we get so excited to share their wins because we know what a difference it makes to how you feel about yourself, but also in terms of creating that wardrobe full of outfits that mix and match. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you've got any questions, we'll be around on Facebook to answer those for you. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone.